Taming and her sister welcomed you with all?
But Wrangling Penn, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Now give me leave and prerogative, and when the music we have spent an hour,
Your lesson shall leave for as much. Preposterous ass, I never read so far, to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies, or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sierra, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. Now, I am no breaching scholar in the schools, and will not be tied to hours nor appointed time, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here, sit we down. Take your instrument and play the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
Do you leave this lecture when I'm in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Now, go left to left.
Here, madame. Hic ibat si moi. Hic est sagia tellus. Hic steterat priami regia celsa seni.
Construe them.
Hic ibat, as I told you before. Si moi, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vincentio. Sagia tellus, that have by disguise thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my fort. Celsa seni, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Now, ma'am, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the treble jars!
Spin on the whole man, and tune again.
Now, let me see if I can construe it. Hic ibat Samoy. I know you not. Hic est Sagia tellus. I trust you not. Hic est steterat priami. To hear us not. Regia. Presume not. And Celsusini.
Ma'am, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and froward our pen is. To my like heat up for my love. Pedestal, I watch him better yet.
I must please my master, else I promise you. I should be arguing upon that doubt, but let it rest. Now, Lucio, to you. Good masters, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been less pleasant with you both.
Now go and walk a while. For my lessons make my music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait. And watch withal, for should I be deceived, I find musicians grow amorous.
Now, before you touch the instrument, I must begin with the rudiments of art, and teach you a gamut and briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade.
Why, I passed my gamut long ago.
But read the gamut of Hortensio.
A. Lamy, to plead for Hortensio's passion. B. Lamy, Bianca, take him for thy lord. C. Bowet, seek pity or I die. E. Lamy, take pity or I die. Call you this gamut, tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to change them for new inventions.
Your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Good masters, I must be gone.
Stay, mistress, but I have no cause to stay.
But I have caused the pine to this pedant. He thinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts Bianca be so humble, seize you that list. If once I find thee raging, Hortensio will quit with thee by changing.
And yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to the shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must force to be forced to get my hand opposed against my heart.
to a mad brain, Bruce be full of spleen. Who wouldn't hasten with leisure? I told you, he was a fancy fool who will thousands one day in marriage. And shall the world point up poor Katharina say, lo, there's Petruchio's wife. And whoever loves her, marry her, so.
Patience, good Katharina, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
When Katharina had never seen him though. Oh, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep. For such a sin would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Master, master! News, and old news is such news you never heard before.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why is it not news to hear if Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
When?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
Say, what's thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches that are thrice turned, and a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, another laced, and an old sword ta'en out of the town armory, with a broken hilt and chapless, with 2 broken points. His horse hipped with an old mothy saddle and stirrups of no kindred. One girth 6 timepiece, and a woman's crupper of the lore, which hath 2 letters set down fairly in studs for her name, and here and there pieced with pack thread.
Who comes with him?
Why, sir, his lackey, for all the world comparison, like the horse. A monster, a very monster in apparel, and not like a good Christian footboy or gentleman's lackey.
'Tis some odd humor pricks into this fashion.
I'm glad he comes, howsoe'er he may come.
Come now, where be these gallants?
You are welcome,
And yet I come not well.
and yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
'Twere better I should rush in thus. But where's Katharina? Oh, where is Katharina? Where's Katharina? Where's my bride? How comes, father? Why doth thou look upon me as if to see some wondrous monument, or comet, or unusual prodigy?
Well, as you know, this is your wedding day. First we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided.
Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word, and thus I shall marry her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Thus I shall. For how can I change what she will wear in me, as I can change these clothes? To me she is married, not my clothes. And thus I'll be away. Oh, God, I'm getting married.
Oh, come. Do not see your bride in these unreverent robes. Come to my chamber. Put on clothes of mine.
I shall not. But how foolish be I to speak to you, Father, when I must be away to the church.
I'll see the event of this.
And to her love concerneth us to add that to get her father's liking, I'm to get a man, whatever he be. And he shall be supposed Vincentio. He shall play the role of father, to make assurance of greater sums than I have promised.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to seal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own, despite of all the world.
Aye, marry, sir. We should watch our vantage in this business. We shall overreach the graybeard Gremio, the narrow-prying father Manola, the quaint musician amorous Licio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Gremio, came you from the church?
And there I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed. A grumbling groom, and that the girl would find, eh?
Oh, curster than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he is a devil, a very fiend, eh?
Why, she's a devil. The devil's dead.
No, he be the devil. Listen, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Katharina should be his wife, I bygones wounds, he swore so loud that all echo throughout the church and did fall to the priest. And then when he get it back up, he swore so loud even more that it could all be heard for miles away.
And what said the wench when he rose again?
Well, she swore as loud as two. And then when the priest should ask if he should take his bride and give her a kiss, he'd grab her by the neck and kiss her with such a calamitous smack it did echo throughout the church. Which is why I ran here. And now let us listen to the minstrel's
Gentlemen and friends, I know you think to dine with me today, but I must away.
Will you away tonight?
No, I must away today. I tell thee that if thou knew my business, you would ask me rather go than stay. But, Catherine.
Sir, let us entreat you. Stay until after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I'm content you will entreat me stay, yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Aye, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Do what thou canst. I will not go today, not go tomorrow, not till I please myself. Sir, there lies your way. You may be tried by me, but I cannot go anywhere.
Oh, prithee, Kate, be not angry.
I will be angry.
Father.
Be quiet. I'll stay my leisure.
You must away today. And all of you that attend on her, carouse, feast in full measure, revel and domineer, or go hang yourselves. But for my wife and I, she is my lands, my house, my barn, my ox, my horse, my ass, my anything. And whosoever dare touch her, take her now. Who's brave enough? You, sir? What? Grumio, draw forth thy weapon. We have been set with thieves. Touch her, whoever so dares. I'll bring my action against he that is the proudest in Padua. Oh, God. I'll buckle thee against a million.
Nay, let them go, a couple of quiet ones.
Petruchio has been cated.
Would they not quicker? I should die with laughing.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly baited.
Neighbors and friends, thou bride and bridegroom once for to supply the places at the table. There wants no junkets at the feast. You shall supply Bianca's place at the table, and she is to take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall. Come on, gentlemen, let's go.
On all tired jades, on all mad masters, in all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so rayed? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they come after to warm them. Now, we're in a little pot and soon hot. My very lips might freeze to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart and my belly, ere I should come by a fire and thaw them. But I, with blowing the fire, will warm myself. For, considering the weather, a taller man than I will catch cold. Ho, ho! Curtis! A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayest slide from my shoulder to my heel. with no greater run than my head and my neck. A fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, hi, Curtis, hi. And therefore fire, fire. Cast on no wood.
Tell me, is she so hot as Shrew as she's reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowest, winter tames man, woman, and beast. For it hath tamed my old master, and my new mistress, and myself, fellow Curtis.
Away, I am no beast.
Wilt thou make a fire, or shall I report on thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
Really good, Grumio, tell me, how goes the world?
A cold world, Curtis. In every office but thine, and therefore fire. Have thy duty, and do thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
There's fire ready, and therefore I pray thee, the news.
Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The house trimmed, the rushes strewed, the cobwebs swept, the serving man in the new fustians, the white stockings, the every officer with the wedding garment on? Are the jacks are within, the jills are without, the carpets laid? Is everything in order?
All ready. And therefore I pray thee, the news.
First, no, my horse is tired. My master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles into the dirt, and thereby hangs a tail.
Well, let's have it, good Grumio.
Lend thine ear.
Here.
There!
To feel a tail, not to hear a tail.
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale. And this cuff was but to knock at your ear, and beseech listening. Now, I begin. First, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse?
What's that to thee?
Why, a horse.
Till thou the tale hadst thou not crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, how she under the horse. Thou shouldst have heard how my replaced, how she was bemoiled, how he left her there with her horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt and plucked him off of me, how he swore, how she prayed that never prayed before, how I cried, how the bridle burst, how the horses ran away, how I lost my crupper with many things of worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more shrewd than she.
Aye, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall learn when he comes home. But what talk I of this? Call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Gabriel, Nicholas, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be sleekly combed, their blue coats brushed, and their garters of an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horsetail till they kiss their hands. Are they ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Welcome home, Grumio. How now, old lad?
And thus much for a greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all things ready and all things neat?
All things is ready. How good is our master?
Even a handle lighted by this, and therefore... Silence, I hear my master.
Where be these gallants? What, no man at the door to take my stirrups? Where's Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip? Here, sir! Here, sir! Here, sir! You logger-headed, unpolished grooms! Where's the rascal knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You unmannered jolt-head! How dare you! I'll be with you straight! Did I not bid thee meet me in the park with these rascal knaves?
But Nathaniel's coat, sir, it wasn't fully made, and the pumps were all pinked to the heel, and there was no link to be found to color the hat, and the rest were ragged, old, and beggarly, and yet as they are, here they come to meet you.
Go! Go and fetch my supper in! Where is the life that once I... Come, Kate, and sit down. You are welcome. Sound! 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 Come, Kate, sit. What? When will I have off with my boots? Shall I have some water? You... We're in the order of friars. Ah! Ah, you plucked my foot awry. Take that and bend the footing of the other. Forgive me, Kate. my spaniel Troilus. You, sirrah, bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither, one that you must kiss and be familiar and acquainted with. Where will my slippers come? Shall I have some water? Gosh, all these people. Come, Kate, wash and welcome heartily, for you are welcome in my house. You porcine, fetal-headed, malt horse drudge. Will you let it fall?
I pray you, sir! Put some faults on the willing!
A rascal-headed, flap-eared knave. Come, Kate, sit down. You, give her the rag. Bring forth my dinner. Come, Kate, will you sit down and say grace, or else shall I? Take this on your way. What is this? I ask you, what is this? Who brought it? Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. Where's the rascal cook? How darest you serve it to me that like it not? I say unto you, take it, trenchers, cups, and all. Oh! I will tell thee, get out, all of you!
The fool was bound you were so contented.
'Tis burnt, and so was all the meat. And I am expressly forbid to eat it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and of ourselves are already so choleric that I shall not dine tonight, and we will both, in fact, fast for each other's company. I will take thee to thy bridal chamber.
Where is he?
In her chamber, making a sermon of continency to her, and how he rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to look, to stand, to speak, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, for he is coming in.
Thus, I have politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon is now sharp and passing empty, and until she stoops, she must not be full-gorged, for then she never looks upon her lure. Another way to mend my haggard, and let her know her keeper's call, that is, to watch these kites that beat and bait and will not be obedient. She eat no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat some undeserved fault, I'll find about the making of the bed, and I'll throw this way the bolsters, this way the sheets, another way a coverlet, and again another way the pillows. Aye, and amid this hurly I intend that all is done in reverend care of her. And if she should chance to nod, why then I'll rail and brawl and keep her up all night. This is the way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He who knows better how to tame a shrew, let him speak. 'Tis charity to show.